I even miss the smell at festivals, you know. Right now it's just like...
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time, click subscribe right now. For a number of years, the Swedish band Blues Pills has been one of the most exciting retro hard rock blues soul bands, and their brand new album is just phenomenal. Blues Pills is obviously known for their amazing and energetic frontwoman Elin Larsson. I'm probably butchering that name. I apologize, not just to Elin, but the entire country of Sweden. Anyway, I was very lucky to talk to this proud woman.
I'm a proud woman. I'm a proud woman.
First of all, thank you for your time today and congratulations on the new album.
Yeah,
How have the
thank
reactions
you.
been so far?
They've been great. I don't really, read the reviews and stuff. I kind of learned throughout these years that I shouldn't do that, so I don't. But I mean, I've got a lot of message from, friends and from fans and other musicians that, I look up to, writing, private message and wanting to buy the album and so on. So I think it's, I do love the album, so it's just, I'm enjoying that some people seem to really enjoy it too, so yeah.
I'm surprised that you say like, oh, I've learned not to read reviews. I got to know Blues Pills when the self-titled debut album came out. Particularly, I think it was first a single, High Class Woman. As far as I can remember, there was pretty universal praise for that album, and also from the heavy metal world. And you guys were definitely not a traditional pure heavy metal band.
No.
Were you surprised by this embracing by the heavy metal scene?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because what I feel, the Blues Pills, we're like kind of in between shares. We're not metal enough. We're not mainstream enough. We're not blues enough. I mean, at the beginning, it was like, wow, this is great. Like all these metal dudes and women love this kind of style of music. But then I also think it kind of reached out as well to like people that hate it. So, but I mean, I'm thankful for the ones that do really, like the band and the music. So, but it's also like quite interesting because you play sometimes festivals and you're like the most like lightest band there, you don't feel heavy enough, and then you go play a mainstream festival or like a blues festival and you're like, yeah, we're so like heavy, we're so much rock and roll, but it is weird.
There's a lot of Swedish bands these days that really draw heavily from their inspiration on like late 60s, early 70s psychedelic sound, not just in the heavier genres. I mean, think of First Aid Kit, but if you look at the metal world, Witchcraft is there as well. Year of the Goat, Ghosts is definitely also drawing from those influences. Can you help me understand what is it in that era of music that is so popular in Sweden?
A lot of people want to record analog and have that sound sort of, but I mean, when with Holy Moly, we thought let's just record a live, like we wanted it to sound as live as possible.
I hold my head up high. I hold my head up high. I kiss my past goodbye.
But I don't know, it's also like maybe we all have the same taste in music. Swedes.
You're singing particularly. A lot of people compare it quickly with a Janis Joplin, with Jinx Dawson. But at the same time, when I play your songs to people that are really outside of the hard rock world, some people ask, oh, is that a new Adele song?
No.
So very varied. And I think they mean that as a compliment. What would you say are your biggest influences when it comes to singing?
Oh, wow. I mean, Aretha Franklin, yeah, she's on top. Also, my first record I ever bought was a Joe Cocker record. So, I mean, he sort of have shaped my voice as well. I even sang, like in school, I sang classical music. And so I think it's a mix. I also had a tribute band to Black Sabbath. So I got a lot of inspiration from Ozzy and from as well as The Doors, Jim Morrison, and it's like such a mix. And as well, like Amy Winehouse, I think she was one of a kind. Tina Turner. There's so many good ones as well. I mean, I like Adele too. I even saw her in Stockholm at a show. So I think, I mean, she's amazing, obviously, but I don't think our music sound like that.
Yeah. Let's dig into Holy Moly a little bit. The album kicks off with Proud Woman.
Wasting time, believing lies from the hypocrites. Roll the dice, getting snake eyes, waiting to get bit.
Months ago, that was the first single that was released. That was released also, particularly to support International Women's Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The theme of female empowerment is very present. Is that the key theme of the album from a lyrical perspective, or what are some of the themes that you want to touch on?
It also like kind of comes naturally because I write, like my lyrics I write from a female perspective. It's like, it's like how I naturally would write. But of course there's a lot of empowerment in this album. But yeah, so I guess it is a red thread. And it's also like some people ask, like, why do you always have like the first singles always about women? Or you had Lady in Gold, and you have a High Class Woman, and now you have Proud Woman, and it's just like I didn't even think of that. Like I didn't even reflect on it. It just like happened so natural.
And when we dig into the song California, for example, when you listen to the song for the first time, it sounds like a melancholic love song. But if you dig a little deeper in the lyrics, it felt to me that song was really was more of a metaphor about the history of the band.
I mean, it is too, but like, I mean, me and Zach, who's now playing guitar, we met in California. So it's like and at this time when we recorded Holy Moly, like none of us, we had like some personal struggles, all of us in the band, and Dorian left the band, and we had a break within the band. Like, it was that point we didn't even think we come back and do this, because life kind of, when you're on tour and you're just working, you don't, life kind of catch up with you, and a lot of shit happened during those years. So for me, this song is like, remembering back to the good days where you were happy and enjoyed music and all that. So it has something to do with that, but also, love. It's like, but it's also a bit like when you write a love song, or like, I mean, for me, this song is sort of almost like a country song. It's like very high influenced by country. So it is a bit like, over dramatic as well, because it should be like that.
And those struggles that you said that the band was going through, is that then the key inspiration also for a song like Kiss My Past Goodbye?
You could think that, because a lot of other people said that, but it's not. Like, I actually finished the lyrics like last, and it was more like I was trying to do some funny rhymes and to get in Holy Moly in there, and just like having some weird words, because after you record, like, because we recorded 14 songs, we just used 11, but at the point when you're recording and writing, you sort of like, okay, fuck, like now I can't sing this because I used that in that song, and so then this one kind of just relies on that it is a super good riff.
You mentioned that you don't want to repeat yourself too much. Maybe this is even the most diverse album that you guys have ever done from a music perspective. So it doesn't necessarily sound like one story, but all the lyrics seem to be very well aligned. So I was wondering if is there underneath the surface, is this one story, or should we look at this as a collection of individual songs?
I mean, obviously there is a story. It's like the whole story behind the album was, we were depressed, and we were angry at stuff, and we had we lost a lot of friends, and I lost my dog in an accident. It was just like so much drama and so much loss and anxiety, and depression as well. So I think that thread, like you said, you see it as a whole, because obviously it's written in that period of time.
Sure, with a certain mindset.
Yeah, so I think they are connected, but they're still, you know, I mean, California doesn't sound like too, you know, depressive. Just like, I mean, how a song from Morning Dove is like soup. That's like about my dog that died. So it's like it's so diverse, but it's all connected. It's like, you know, coming into depression and then coming out of it, sort of.
Yeah. First of all, sorry to hear about all that loss that you have.
Yeah, no.
I hope that, you know, making this album was some sort of you know, a good way of dealing with a lot of issues.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
I mean, one of those songs that, you know, has a lot of packs a punch and has a lot of emotion in it is, you know, Bye Bye Birdie.
But one day my birdie, he's gonna fly away. Yeah.
It has a feeling like, you know, Coven, I find.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And not just the singing and the musicianship, but also, you know, can you tell me a little bit more about at the end, near the end of the song? There seems to be a lot of stuff going on that is not part of the official lyric. Is it both spoken word and some stuff put in reversed?
Yeah, it's just reversed. It's actually Zach's girlfriend who's she's reading a poem about death.
Okay.
Because this duck, like this bird, he is actually a duck. He does exist in our studio. So because we got this as a present, we got a dead duck from a friend. It's like, you know, if you hunt, you can like you fill them up with stuff. And
okay, this was not like a stalker sending you like dead animals in the mail or anything like that.
No, fuck no. But
this was a nice gift. Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be nice. We were like trying to write this song, or like a song, and then I was just like, we need to write a song about this guy here, like what? And then, but then it became, you know, so much because it's really, as well, it's like an empowerment of a song because it's uplifting you, you know.
Absolutely.
But then she's reading a poem that she have written, and then we reversed it. But there's like so much stuff going on at the end. Like someone is screaming. We have this friend who's like hilarious. He's singing like from a Eurovision song. Like if you don't like I think it's like some like the Olsen brother flying on the wings of love, like in like super far back, you know, like you can't even, you know, it's just like disaster. And I think Andrew Sheps, who mixed the album, he said that this song was like the hardest one to mix.
And I'm starting to understand his feeling. No, but that's amazing. I mean, it is crazy to think that one of the most layered, one of the most complex songs and most mysterious songs of the album comes from a dead bird that was given to you, and then you guys working with that. No, that's amazing. That's awesome. I think that Bye Bye Birdie is one of, you know, my favorite tracks. I think Dust is a really cool song too. And then obviously you had a recent video for Rhythm in the Blood. That's a very different song again. Are you still very close to the process, or can you take a step back already and go like, this is my favorite song and I can't wait to play whenever we get to play again? This is what I want to play, or how does that go for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely taken some steps back. I mean, this record was we were completely done with it in January. For me, it's been Song from a Morning Dove because that was the first one we finished, like the first demo.
Okay.
And it's also like about my little puppy. So it's just like a farewell to him, and it's very emotional. And I really like because we put strings on it, and we have this guy Erik, who is a friend of ours that plays like amazing piano, and sax playing his like the solo on that song is like really good. But Low Road is awesome to play live. I can't wait to.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are great. Dust too. It's it's even better live, I would say.
It's going to be maybe even a little bit tricky given that how varied the album is. Strings, somebody reciting poetry and what have you. You can obviously work with pre-recorded stuff, but you guys were also well known for an energetic live show and sometimes a little bit stripped down and, you know, a little bit raw. Are you already thinking about how can we bring such a complex and layered album? You know, how you're not going to bring your friend to yell Eurovision Song Festival songs in the background on stage, right? So
no, I think we're extending some, like that's what we've been doing in the practice phase. We extend, like Bye Bye Birdie, we have extended it, and the same with, like, you know, because we always do stuff like that when we play live. We want to improvise and we want to put some stuff in, maybe, you know, take it all down and up. We've been like pumped, you know, and the songs really on this record, when we practice it, you know, what I can imagine it, how it will sound on a, you know, good stage with good sound, it's gonna, you know, it's already sounding amazing in the practice phase. I think we will figure it out. But yeah, he's not coming with just yelling Eurovision Song Contest stuff.
Could be like a fun surprise guest.
Yeah.
But a lot of bands are trying to be creative with doing some things for the fans. Obviously, you guys brought out a number of music videos. Is there anything that you guys are planning, or is all the focus on let's rehearse so that we are 100% ready for live shows when they happen again?
We actually have like a small gigs planned, but it's for 50 people, so it's like and it's nearby. So we will, you know, eventually start play live, but I mean, we were supposed to try to figure out like a live stream concert, but it's just like because we did it before and it just, for me, it just like wasn't good.
Feel real.
Yeah, it feels just so weird. And, you know, sometimes when you play live, you sometimes get, you know, before you enter stage, you get this nervosity, like you feel like you have this energy, and then you just go up on stage and then you just disappear in the music.
You feed off that energy.
Yeah, but now when you do the live stream stuff, that doesn't happen. It's just like you just have a weird feeling throughout the whole thing.
You don't want to give the fans anything less than the 100% experience.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, maybe it could be cool to do it and have, you know, 50 people in the audience, just because it's also so weird when it's like quiet and everyone's just like, okay, let's move on to the next song.
Let's check the comments on the live stream in between songs.
Yeah.
Lady dropping gold, she is young, she is old. She's the keeper of the soul. She's called dead. Take you in her arms like a child to a mother. She's your sister, she's a brother. She is dead.
One other thing that I've always appreciated about the band is the artwork that I can only describe as classy. Like, you guys have always brought a bit of a mixture of Art Nouveau and 60s psychedelica. Holy Moly has a very intriguing artwork. For Blues Pills, it's a bit of a minimalistic artwork. But nevertheless, there must be a story behind it. So what can you share with us about the meaning of the artwork?
The artist is Daria Halasatova, and I've been a fan of her for years. So even before I contacted her about, you know, making an album cover for our third record, I bought her posters, you know. So I love her artwork. It's for me, it's like so dramatic, and it's not, you know, it's pretty, but it's not. It's a bit scary as well.
Sure.
Like, it has this, like, you know.
Has a bit of a nightmare vibe to it.
Yeah, and it's like a deep. It has a depth to it. We wanted to start fresh, and just, you know, this album isn't that colorful. I mean, though the songs are very diverse and also like uplifting, it is, you know, it has this melancholic feeling to it. And for me, this painting that she painted, for me, how I think about it with the record is that it is this widow, or, you know, a woman that's embracing a beast or a demon, and, you know, to make peace with it. And that's like what the whole record is about, dealing with the hard shit and to move on. So for me, that's what it represents, but I don't know if that's what she meant with it.
So we talked about, you've got some small shows coming. For fans in North America. Maybe those will get recorded. Is there anything else that is on your planning that you're working on right now that we should know of?
Trying to do videos. Like now we have no budget left, so we're doing it on our own, and we're getting some help from friends. So it's very DIY. Since we can't tour and play live, we wanted to do some visual stuff to all the songs. So that was, or is the plan. I mean, our booker is starting to reschedule the tours and all of this. So but it was like really a shame because this fall tour we were supposed to go with a Canadian artist, Daniel Romano. Like the whole band are so like big fans of him. It really sucked that it fell through, but I hope he will join maybe, you know, next year if it's like Corona friendly. Otherwise we come to Canada.
I'm from Belgium originally, but I moved 8 years ago to Canada. So now
Cool. We're in Belgium.
Close to the city of Antwerp. So basically relatively close to the Graspop metal festival. So even though I live here,
Right.
every year I still go with my friends. I before COVID I would go 2-3 times a year.
Did you were when we played Graspop? You were there.
You bet. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, cool.
You guys playing the Metal Dome, I think around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a cool show. Jesus. Because
Yeah,
it was in the tent. It was like a tent, right?
Yeah, 8,000
Yeah,
people in that tent or something.
Yeah,
Like
it was awesome. I even missed the smell at festivals, you know. Right now, it's just like, you can't.
That mixture of so many things that you don't really know anymore, but yeah. Hopefully we'll get to see you on a stage, on a larger stage for more than 50 people in 2021, and you should definitely plan a Canadian tour.
I definitely hope we come to Canada. I always wanted to go there and you know, play and see other amazing artists and bands and, you know, check Canada out. Like that would be awesome.
Thank you so much for your time. I very much appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I look forward to more videos, more shows. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Nice
you.
talking to you.
Thank
Bye.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.